Hello and welcome to Nosy Tarot Entertainment, where this nosy person uses tarot to be nosy. Today we are going to do 2024 What You Need to Know and Advice. This is going to be a pick a card. Not all of these piles have the same number of cards. I like to pull cards as they pop out, so each pile may have different numbers. Now we are using 3 different piles. The only thing that is consistent in these 3 piles are these larger cards, and there are 2 in each pile. Those are going to be our advice cards. So this will be pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Here are the stones. Nice green stone for pile number 1. This really nice clear stone. It's got a little bit of color to it for pile number 2. And then pile number 3 is this nice peach orange stone. Go ahead and pick your pile. And we will go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Now I'm just going to lay the cards out, and then we'll interpret them as they lie. Okay, so the first thing that we have is the Ace of Cups. And you can see that this cup is upside down, and it seems like towards the end of 2023, you have given it your all. So you may go into 2024 with what seems to be a depletion emotionally, because cups deals with our emotions, our relationships, and even our intuition. So I want to encourage you to take some time for yourself. And also, we have more cups here, and this can represent that happily ever after that we tend to look for. But being that you might be a little depleted at the beginning of the year, I want to encourage you to seek comfort and support from those that are closest to you. If you don't have family, then your chosen family, your friends, the people that you love and you know love you as well, because they're going to be there for you. And then here we have what seems like could be a little bit of a struggle. Maybe you are coming out of something and it's going to be difficult for you, or it is difficult for you, which would explain why your cup may be inverted. But I want to point out that in this card, even though it is in reverse, look, you're not by yourself. There's you and there's someone else. Or maybe this is you with someone else. But either way, there are 2 people on this card. So again, I want to encourage you to seek those who love you, and to know that no matter where you are or where you find yourself emotionally, that you have people around you that care about you. I also want to encourage you to think positively, because it looks like you might have some negative thoughts going on in your head. And we don't want any self-sabotage. We don't want to get in our own way. And we don't want to be the reason that we aren't succeeding. Now, it looks like you're not that reason. There is someone else that is that reason. There is a King of Swords. And so I get the feeling that you have cut this person out of your life and they're not going to be happy about it. This is really going to bother them. And so they may seek to, I want to say revenge, honestly, even though that's not what I hope for you. But if you cut this person out, then they're not going to be happy about it. It may be one of those situations like where they had control over you. And once you finally came into yourself and decided to, escape, which is technically what this card is, once you decided to seek calmer waters, then they weren't happy about that. So even though for you, this may have been a good idea and long overdue, it may have just caused new problems for you. And that could also be why you're so depleted. So keep your eyes peeled for someone that may have been injured by you leaving or finally becoming independent. Let's see what else we have. All right. Well, we have the Ace of Needles. This is my Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. And so this is the Ace of Needles. It is in reverse. And a lot of times this is an idea card. This is a sudden clarity. But when you think about the Nightmare Before Christmas, Sally carries a needle with her. And I think there is a point in the movie where she launches herself, I think, out of her tower. And she's able to do that because she has a needle with her. So she pulls the needle out and she sews herself back together. And so, whatever idea it is that you had, some clarity, something new that you have decided to embark on, if you got a little discouraged, I want to remind you that with this needle, you can put yourself back together. And then we also have, what sticks out to me here is two eights. One is in reverse, again, a needle in reverse, and the other one is coins. And look at this. I just talked about Sally putting herself back together. And what does this card show us? Sally sewing herself up. And so it is inverted, but the Eight of Wands, I'm sorry, the Eight of Swords, when it's inverted like this really makes me focus on her. And so I don't want you, same as this, like I really want you to be encouraged, because if this King of Wands is upset or trying to, enact his own plan, then I don't want that to deter you. I don't want that to lead you astray. And so with eight, you're looking to achieve balance. And so with this new situation, I want to make sure that you do your best to try and achieve balance in this new situation. Because here, with this Eight of Presents, this is a productive card. This is getting things done. So I think that early in 2024, it may take you, it may not happen right away, but you're definitely going to see some movement. You're going to see some productivity. You're going to be able to get things done. And so I want you to just focus, prioritize, and then enact that to-do list. And then we have a Ten of Cups. And look at that. So the Ten of Potions is going to be, oh, look, we actually got the Ten of Cups here. So look at that. You got the Ten of Cups twice, because in the Nightmare Before Christmas, potions is water, and in the regular tarot, cups is water. So you have definitely got a great outlook. You're surrounded by people that love you, and that's what this one made me think of. But this right here makes me think of your own personal emotional fulfillment and balance. So that is so reassuring. You got two tens, you got two eights, you got two aces. So it just really seems like stuff is almost reassuring you of, where you're going, the path that you're on. And then I love that you got the Queen of Presents. So this is a kind, nurturing, motherly person. And I don't feel that this is you, but maybe this is someone that you know, someone that loves you. But this is also an entrepreneurial female, someone who, yes, is loving and kind, but she's also very good at business. And so I think this is definitely someone that you want to get closer to. Perhaps it's a mentor, or if at, as 2024 rolls around, you come across someone and this card pops back into your head. I'm not saying to spill all your guts to this person, but maybe think about this right now and then decide, is this possibly that Mrs. Claus? Could this be the Queen of Presents? Because if so, then maybe just kind of get a little more comfortable with her and see where that goes. Because again, it just makes me want to reassure you that you're not in this alone. And then lastly, we have the Fool in reverse. And the Fool is the beginning of a journey. And this makes me think that whatever journey it is that you're on, you're going to mature. You're not just going to jump off the side of the cliff. You're not going to just go into stuff without thinking about where the next step will take you. And so I think that whatever it is that you have learned in 2023, those lessons are not going to fall on deaf ears. So I want to encourage you to keep your eyes peeled, and also to do a little bit of planning and see, maybe where you can go from here with the brand new year. Now, let's look at your advice cards. So the first card we have is the Five of Cups. And with this, I want to tell you that you may have some cups that have spilled. You may have lost some stuff. And it's okay for you to feel a particular way about that. But there is also a time for us to move forward, or in this case, to look behind you. Because even though this has spilled, look, you still have something there left for you. So I want to encourage you to maybe not be so hard on yourself. And I want to encourage you to be optimistic. The next advice card we have is the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, this card right now for advice, it makes me want to remind you of how strong you are, how much you can carry, how much you can deal with, everything that you have been through, and you are still standing. Look at how he's a little bit injured here. Do you see how he's injured? And yet look at all this stuff that he has, and that's exactly why these people are there. Almost like they want to take his stuff, but look, he's been through so much, but he's still here standing for what is his, and standing for what he knows is right. And so I want to remind you that you may be stronger than you know, that everything that you have been through 2023, not everyone could have made it through that. So in 2024, your advice is to remember how strong you are. Thank you, Pile One. Now, pile number two. Now, as I was shuffling cards, I felt that pile number two had quite a bit of cards come out. So let's see what we have for pile number two. Oh, we're going to put that back because that goes with the Nightmare Before Christmas cards. Okay, so the first thing that I want to tell you is that you are on a victory right now, but it's not a true victory, okay? And because of that, you should not celebrate too much, because there may still be something ahead of you that is going to require work and attention. So I also want to encourage you to not rub people's faces in things that you have accomplished or places you have been. We all work really hard to achieve certain things. And I want to make sure that your mindset is in the right space, because you're going to feel like you are um, that you've been victorious over something, that you have won, and that you have conquered something in early 2024, or even at the end of 2023. And you have, but there is still something you need to be aware of and prepared for. So be cautious of that. And also, um, right here you have this 10 of swords. And so again, I want to caution you about your ego, and I want to make sure that your mind is on the right track, that you are focusing again on what is good and moving up. Like, we all want to achieve things, um, but we don't have to backstab or sabotage people for us to move up. And if you feel that you have been backstabbed or sabotaged, then remember, there is no way but up from here. And so, it's one of those. What is that saying? Um, Pull up your bootstraps and move forward. Put your big boy underwear on. Put your big girl panties on and move forward. But look, you have another 10. So you have two tens here, and that's pretty positive, But again, you need to be careful with this right here. And this 10 is the 10 of Pentacles. And so it seems like your finances are good. And if they're not good, then they're going to take a turn for the better in 2024. And I would encourage you to save. I would encourage you to maybe even invest. Or if you are considering a side hustle, or if you have like more than one job, then I would encourage you, if your health is permitting, for you to go ahead and do your best to acquire as much of an income and stream of money as you can. This is a great time for you to capitalize on your income. After that, we have two major arcana. And the first one is the Magician. And I think that this is you. I think that you need to realize that, especially now that I think about this here, I think that you need to know in 2024, whatever your goals are, you can achieve those goals. You can manifest and actually lay out a plan for you to make every goal that you have for 2024 come true, come to be. So, whatever it is that you want to achieve for this card, you can do that as the Magician. Also, with this right here, you know, you can pull yourself up and you can move forward. Whatever this small fake victory might be, it does not stand a chance to the Magician. And so this is your energy. I'm really feeling that this is you. And so I want to make sure that you know the power that you have. Now, this right here is a Mercury card, and that means that your communication and mentality need to be clear. You need to know what you want. You need to be able to communicate it, but especially to know exactly what you want. Because if we don't know what we want, how can we construct a plan to achieve what we want? And so make sure that in 2024 that your mind and your communication are clear and concise. And then we have the Devil. And this is a card about addiction or toxic relationships. This can also be codependency and hopelessness. So this really reminds me of these two cards here. This small, small, insignificant, fake victory, and then also almost being at the very wit's end. And I think that you shouldn't have a spirit of hopelessness, and don't get stuck in a toxic cycle. Okay, because if you look at these people here, they can actually get out of the chains there. And so you can too. You know, this isn't like someone coming after you. This is within ourself, being depressed or self-sabotaging, living a high risk life. Let's see what we have with the Nightmare Before Christmas cards. Okay, so we have the Ace of Potions, and I love that because this is the start of something new. Emotionally and intuitively, this is the beginning of something. And I love that there is a butterfly on here. Number one, because it makes me think of an actual potion, which reminds me of the Magician card that we already pulled from this other deck. But the butterfly signifies such a dramatic change. And I want to remind you that you have the power not only to change yourself, but also to bring about any changes that you want in 2024. And then we also have the Four of Wands here. And this is an encouraging card for your home or wherever it is that you spend a large amount of time within four walls. And so, again, if you are looking to achieve at work or if you're looking to buy a home, I think that this is definitely something that you can achieve if you put your energy towards it and if you are ambitious about it, because this is a time to do something card. And then we have Seven of Needles. And I love that because this is the victory card. This is it's a victory card. It is accolades. And I love seeing the Seven of Swords after pulling this Five of Swords. So whatever this is, don't be intimidated. Don't be scared of it, because here is your victory. So you do have a true victory coming in 2024, even if even if you have to go through this uncomfortable or unexpected small victory. And then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And this is a fire card. And a lot of times this can be like a delay or even some self-sabotage. And I know that I've mentioned that a couple of times, but I don't want you to get in the way of yourself. Because, if you lack passion or ambition, then it's going to be more difficult for you to achieve whatever it is that you might be working towards. And I don't want you to get in the way of your own success, because you have the Wheel of Fortune, and that is karmic, and it's a very big deal. And we don't know the ups and downs of life, but when the wheel turns one way for a while, then after a while, it will turn the other way. So if you feel like stuff has been stacked against you, then 2024 will bring you stuff stacked in your favor. If you feel like you have finished 2023 very strong, then the beginning of 2024 could say that maybe you're not going to have as much luck in your favor. But that is okay, because you, my friend, are the magician. Now, oh, look, we have one more card. Oh, here we go. So this is a decision. This is a choice you have two ways that you can go. You have two different roads, two different paths. So make sure that you weigh each path, um, do a pros and cons list if you need to, but do not get stuck there, because again, the beginning of 2024 is a time for you to do something. So again, make sure that your mind and your communication is clear. Make sure that you lay out a plan for what you want and then make your decision. Now let's look at your advice cards. First advice card we have, the Eight of Pentacles. I love this card. The Eight of Pentacles, this gentleman is working on his craft. And this particular card talks about, because he is spending so much time focusing on becoming a master of his trade, that people from all over the surrounding area are going to come to where he is for his talent. And so again, I want to encourage you to continue to work hard toward whatever your goal is, because it seems that you are in the midst of becoming an expert in your field and wherever it is that you are talented. So just continue to work hard on that. Next advice card, look at that, Seven of Pentacles. I love it. 7 and 8 of Pentacles. So this is someone who has planted seeds and they are waiting for them to blossom. And this is just encouragement for you to be patient. So be patient and continue to work hard in 2024, and you will see these seeds blossom and bloom, and you will see and reap the rewards, not only of these seeds, but of your hard work. Wow, what a great message. Thank you, Pile 2. And now, Pile 3. Well, it looks like 2024 is going to be a great new beginning for you. It is time for you to start healing whatever heartbreak that you have been through, whatever sadness and disappointment that you have been through. It's time for you to start healing. And that is a great thing. It is also time for you maybe to be a little selfish. If you feel that you have been pouring into other people's cups, now is the time for you to take care of yourself. And it seems like you have been working on almost grounding yourself or getting to know yourself better. And I think that whatever happened in this card here has left you feeling a little unfulfilled, maybe even a little unloved. But I think that this means that you can start healing yourself by putting yourself first. And then also, um, there is a Queen of Swords here, and I feel like this is you. It could be someone else, but I feel that this is you. And the Queen of Swords in reverse can be a very nasty person. She can be mean and malicious and gossipy. I mean, look at how she holds that sword. She is ready to off with their heads with a word, but she is very analytical. And so I think that maybe it's time for you to be a little mean, to guard yourself, to take care of yourself and to heal. Okay. Because all of these cups have been emptied. They are upside down. And so the queen, she needs to take control not only of herself, but of her situation, of her kingdom, her queendom. And she needs to get back to being that analytical queen that she is used to being. Okay. And then the tower in reverse, this is avoiding disaster. This is the crown chakra card. So it's getting your mind right. And I just feel like all of these talk about your inner self. And 2024 may be the time that you start therapy. It may be when January hits, you start meditating or praying or going back to church or journaling. But I think that the beginning of 2024 is a time for you to love yourself and get back to yourself. Now let's see what the Nightmare Before Christmas cards say. Okay. So this is the Two of Potions. So this talks about intimate relationships, and it can be like a significant other relationship, but it could also be your best friend. It could be your favorite sibling, or the person that you are emotionally invested in, and they are emotionally invested in you as well. And this is a very nice card to have, but being that we have this Five of Candles here, I want to make sure that this Two of Potions here, that it is an equal give and take relationship, because this can be a card of conflict. And after all the cards that we saw over here, I want to make sure that you go into 2024 knowing that you deserve everything that you put into a relationship and more. We all deserve to be in relationships that are full of give and take, okay? And the reason I bring that up is because I want to make sure that you are not living in a fantasy land. Okay. I want to make sure that you are not just kind of picking and choosing based off of emotions. Um, Look at the situation, analyze it, and then make an educated, informed, thought out decision. And then we have this King of Candles here. And I do think that this is a person. I do feel like it may be related to whatever these cards are talking about here. And honestly, I feel that that person may come back. This person may pop back up. But you could also be sitting in this King of Candles, and this is a very charismatic person, and they have a way of um, they're charismatic, like a motivational speaker. Like they can get you to do stuff. Well, even the card itself, this is Jack, but this is him in his scary form. It's not the sweet Jack that falls in love with Sally and, gets his dog out of the grave. This is him on Halloween. This is him doing his job, and so I want to make sure that that you see this King of Wands for who they are in 2024, because it seems like you have had a change of perception, and that is great. But I don't feel that this King of Wands that King of Candles has had any change of perception. I feel like they're still looking at it the exact same way. And I feel like somehow you have grown, and it seems like you are not able to live or tolerate whatever the end of 2023 had for you. And so going forward in 2024, this change of perception here is really going to lead you into new paths. Now let's look at your advice cards. Oh, the World card. Now, the World card is a great card because this is telling you you have options. You have so many options. Everything is legitimately at your fingertips. Look at that. She can go here. She could go there. She can go anywhere. Okay. So make sure you weigh all your options. And also, when it comes to like things you want to achieve or do in early 2024, do not discount them. Don't think like, oh, yeah, I would love to buy a car. I would love to go back to school, but I couldn't do that. How could I do that? You know how? Look at all of these resources that you have at your fingertips. So this could also be advice for you to finally wrap up something that you have been working on or putting effort into. What a great card. The last one is the Hermit. And this really speaks to me about this first section of cards here. This is advising you to go into your shell, retreat into your cave, and do some inner healing. See what is going on inside of you. Where have you failed, and what can you learn from that? Where has your heart and your spirit been injured, and how can you heal it and move forward? Look at this light. Look at how it lights up the way. Has your light dimmed? Now is the time for you to reignite it. Fan that flame. So those are your advice cards. What great, great advice cards. That is our pick a card for 2024 and what you need to know in advice. I am going to be doing a few more readings upcoming soon. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know and sound off in the comments below because I would love to hear from you. Bye.